What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, as the title says, I am going to be exposing my ex-boyfriends. I'm actually really excited about this one. Why not? I have nothing to hide. Today we are going to be using two different palettes. This is the first palette we're going to be using from Beauty Creations, and these are the colors. Next palette, also Beauty Creations, and these are the colors. Let's talk about my old relationships. There's a lot of reason why people break up. It can be just you just don't connect. You guys are better off friends. In my situation, it's a little bit of everything. So I decided to change their names because I think that's the best thing to do in this case. So let's get started. So I decided to do this video just to kind of give you guys a little bit more of an insight of what goes on in my life, why I'm alone. I've had really bad experience in relationships. My friends that actually really know me, I think they'll be able to know who I'm talking about. So we're gonna start off, let's call him Jay. Jay and I met in high school. I think I was a sophomore. He was a sophomore too. He actually went to a different school, not that far from me. I went to Gladstone. He went to Azusa. He was an amazing person. He's pretty cool, pretty chill. Me and him actually met at a football game. I was actually introduced to him by one of my friends that she previously dated him, and she's like, hey, he's a cutie, he wants to know who you are. And I said, isn't that weird that he's your ex and now he wants to talk to me? And she's like, no, it's cool, go for it. He would come to my school literally every day after school. We dated for about 2 years. The reason why it did not work out is because, well, he was a cheater. I knew we'd do it so often, I was just like, I'm done. The next one I'm going to talk about, let's call him Carl's. Carl's and I went to the same church for many years. To be completely honest, I don't even know why I dated this kid. He had nothing that I was interested in. He was not my type at all. And he actually ended up being the one that hurt me the most. Physically, mentally, it was just the worst relationship I have ever been in my life. He would put his hands on me in front of people. I said I was going to be a good Christian today, huh? Okay. Can't say why I stuck around because there's nothing satisfying. Nothing. I'm gonna take a break from the story time. I'm gonna be using this glitter on my eyelids. Conceal. I haven't really dated much, so I have one more juicy story for you guys. This one's actually the worst first date slash boyfriend slash everything. So this happened last year, and I think I'm ready to talk about it. I was planning a trip with me and my friend to Las Vegas, and she was taking her boyfriend, and I was like, okay, cool, you know, like whatever. But I feel weird going by myself, or you know, whatever. I invited a person on this trip that he's been like my really good friend for a very long time. We dated for a little period of time, and we kind of just like went our own way. And I was like, hey, you know, you should go with me on this trip. And he's like, yeah, for sure. He was like, but I don't have any money. I don't know if I can like afford going. I am financially stable. I was like, dude, don't worry about it. Everything's covered. I'll pay everything. I'm the big boss. I always consider myself a big boss. Sorry, guys. And he said, okay, that's fine. So he went on this trip. We picked him up. And you know, when you're in Vegas, everything's just so sparkly. So you're like, oh. Like, oh my god, you're like the dream girl. And I'm more like realistic. I'm like, chill. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner. So this trip wasn't a hookup trip, you sickos. I was going to get my own room, right? Then I was like, no, it's weird. Like, I don't want nothing to happen. I just want us to have a good time and chill. The type of friend she was like, yeah, for sure, let's just share the room then. I was like, yes. I remember that first night, I was a little awkward because we haven't seen each other in a very, very long time. I think maybe a couple months. I started getting comfortable around him, and when we started walking the strip, I'm gonna add a little bit of the setting powder. Telling him like, chill, like just have a good time. Like, I don't want to hear anything about relationship. Just in one night, I spent $500. And he just kept ordering drinks everywhere we went. He's the one that was tumbling, and I had to keep carrying this dude. I wanted to have a good time, but I was babysitting. The second time around, had drinks here and there. He would do things that were like a little like, questionable. He was like begging and begging for us to go to the gay strip club. And we're like, no, like, that's not our scene. Like, no. I'm like, something's, you know, awfully off. it started like being more noticeable when my friend would be like, oh my god, you're so cute with your drink with your straw. Ty would be like, oh stop. Throughout the whole 3 days, I spent maybe almost $2,000. The third night, we spent the night at my friend's house because she has a house really close to Las Vegas. This kid would constantly want to be like, oh, getting close to me. I'm like, Sunday night, so we decided to watch a scary movie. And this kid was like, oh, I don't really like him, but let's do it. I cannot make this up, guys. The whole time squeezing my hand, I'm like, dude, have you ever not watched a scary movie before? He's gonna cancel me. He's gonna hate me forever, but whatever. We slept downstairs. My friend had 2 different smaller mattresses for her kid. I slept on one, he slept on the other. This kid was so scared of sleeping alone. He's older than me. He's 28 years old. He wanted me to spoon him. He's like, can you spoon me? I'm scared. I was like, dude. I was like, really? This kid is just crazy. And then my friend literally had to come downstairs and put a nightlight. That same night, when I got home, he called me. He's like, oh, I had so much fun. Like, how much do I owe you? I was like, dude, you don't owe me anything. Like, honestly, I did it from the kindness of my heart. And I remember this kid saying, oh, you know what, I had a very good time and I figured out who I was. And I said, okay, you know, like, talk to me. What's up? He's like, oh, you know, like, the time that we were in Vegas, I kind of realized the type of person I am. And I was like, oh, what type of person are you? You know, like, I'm over there being Dr. Phil. I was like, tell me. I'm gay. You're gay? You knew this whole time and you still went on the trip and you were still trying to be, you know, more than friends, right? And in my head, I'm like, dude, you could have been real with yourself and we would have had a much better time as friends. But you made me feel uncomfortable. You made me feel like that's what all you wanted me for. And he's like, oh, I was just having a good time and I thought that was what you wanted to hear. I cannot make this story up, guys. This is like the worst date I have ever been on in the history of dates. This one obviously has never been topped. And honestly, I'm okay with it now. I'm cool. Be who you want to be. But don't lie to yourself and don't lie to me. Oh, that rhymed. I'm going to go ahead and close the video here. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed my little story time and my tea time. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. I'll be leaving my Instagram link somewhere in this video. And remember, guys, it takes one person to make a difference. And I really hope you take that initiative and make a difference. All right, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. Bye.